So very often at the end of the year, unless you've got a December year end, which is highly possible, but at some point it's likely that you will get a chance to reflect. And this is something that I recommend to all of my clients, whether it's personal coaching, leadership coaching, or career coaching. The power to just stop and reflect really helps to build our own self-awareness and intuition. You might have heard me in a previous video talking about listening, how that also allows us to quiet things down, keep still, listen to build our intuition. Reflection does the same, and it's really important we do this. You can do something very simple at the end of every day. Think, what did I do really well today? What does this tell me about my goals? Where do I think I'm heading? And sometimes what happens is if you don't know the answer, go to bed, ask yourself a question, and then just see what comes up overnight as your brain is working through what's happened over the last week or month. But it definitely helps with self-awareness and that personal growth. We can identify areas for improvement. We can develop new skills and perspectives because our day-to-day career, our day-to-day life, I know what it was like for me as a leader. You've got a million and one things going on. Perhaps there's been a lot of change. Perhaps you've experienced some upheaval. Perhaps you've experienced some stress. Well, this is really going to help you. Science has demonstrated that reflecting can reduce stress to help us really achieve that sense of perspective and the ability to process our emotions. I know we don't often talk a lot about emotions, but it's important to do so because sometimes we don't know why we feel the way we do. And sometimes it's really important to be able to go, well, I feel like this. It looks like this. It feels like this. It sounds like this. What is that emotion? And you might find out your reaction was due to frustration. Your stress or your reaction was due to feeling that you're being suppressed or you're not going towards your goals. So reflection can really, really help with this as well. It helps us to make decision making because we make more informed, peaceful, and thoughtful decisions. And I really recommend you take some time every week to try and do this. It also enhances our creativity. Our brain is going all the time. Thoughts, millions, thousands and thousands as we go through the day. We're doing this, we're doing that. We can become very task focused. I used to be like that in my career. It was just like next thing. When I started meditating over 30 years ago, I found my creativity improved. Now, meditation may not be for you, but writing things down, having the opportunity to reflect, asking yourself questions, because you do have the answers in there. It boosts that resilience because you know that with time, you can really figure out and reflect upon and take a different view of your challenges and successes, perhaps your setbacks, and develop a greater resilience and the ability to cope with adversity just by having that quiet time and the ability to process. It helps us also to become more present. So, for example, if you don't enjoy speaking, okay, and you get nervous, practicing mindfulness will just quiet everything down for you, being really mindful in the moment. So reflection has so many different psychological benefits, and we don't maybe talk about it enough in leadership. Taking that time out, I'm always encouraging my clients, if I'm working with them, to find that time. It might be just after work, but if they're overworking, their brain isn't really getting time to process everything that's gone on. So sometimes we even look at the diary and say, where can we find this time? What obligations and commitments do you have outside of work? Now, to help you do this, I've got an end of year checklist that will help you as a leader. It will help you as a team member. It will help you reflect upon what's gone well for you as an individual leader and your team. So if you'd like a copy of that, drop a comment below or send me a DM.